Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Dan. This is the Painted Soldier page. Just wanted to do video number 2 of my Crohn's series. I've been looking this morning. This Rinvoq that I was just on, still showing signs of dealing with my face. It's been probably a little over a month now. I mean, I am on some prednisone, so that's not really helping, but needless to say, this too shall pass. Anyhow, today's video I want to talk about is discipline at the dinner table. Crohn's and colitis, one thing we know that about Crohn's and colitis, there are foods that trigger symptoms. Not necessarily trigger flare-ups, but there are some nuts and seeds and different things that will trigger flare-ups, but foods that trigger symptoms. Back in 1995, I think I told you guys in the last video, I was diagnosed right before the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, all that stuff to eat. Could not eat. I was on a very limited diet. Destroyed my mental. It was just bad, like watching everyone eat, which my whole life I got to eat all that stuff. Did not, get to eat any of that stuff. It was really not a good thing. But as I started to feel a little better, I started experimenting with different foods. There's somebody like at the window here at my office, creepy. Anyhow, started experimenting with different foods, and certain foods, not too bad. Other foods, whoa, not good. Send me into fetal position for a few hours, and it really sucked. And I was like, man, but I love these foods. Like, what am I gonna do? And you guys know, anybody who's watching this video has been through this situation. Probably a couple months down the line, I'm like, I'm wondering if I can eat this again. Eat it. Sometimes the result wouldn't be as bad. Sometimes the result was even worse. Fetal position, in a lot of pain. So as the years progressed, probably 2 or 3 years past that, I started eliminating things completely from my diet. And I remember my friends, and they're like, man, if I couldn't eat chocolate, I would just die. I'd rather die. And I was like, here's the deal, man. You don't die when you eat chocolate. You just want to die because you feel like you're dying, but that is not the case. You do not die. You just suffer and suffer immensely. It is not a good thing to fall into those traps of temptation to eat the things that literally push us completely backwards in our recovery and whatever else that means. Comfort is the main thing. So a few years back, 2016, so 10 years back, got hit with a massive flare. I ended up with a couple fistulas, communicating fistulas within my intestines, and that put a halt to a lot of stuff. Because once I found out what caused the fistulas, the doctor explained the narrowing, the food would back up. It was trying to find the path to get through, boom, down through from one loop to another loop. The problem was, it was the vegetables, it was the things that were hard to digest that were causing that. What do you want me to do, doc? Best thing to do is low residue. You got to stay away from them vegetables. You got to stay away from anything like that unless you want to end up in emergency surgery. I was like, man, if I didn't have enough issues, like, what is going on? How long is this going to be? Well, as long as you have this condition, which is pretty much, unless I end up with surgery and getting all that removed, but even that, I probably won't be able to go back to those foods. So, with that being said, I'm sitting there and I was talking to somebody who was a very disciplined individual. And I mean disciplined with all kinds of parts of their life. And we were talking, and they said something that stuck with me that I'm passing over to you. And they said, well, it sounds like this. Here's what I'm hearing. It sounds like you used to live to eat. Because my wife and I both always enjoyed good restaurants, going out to eat. It was like a love language thing. And even by myself, like, I'm like, oh man, chicken wings, like something that I really, really liked, I would pursue. Because I like to eat, man. Like, Yeah, I mean, a lot of people love specific foods. So, with that being said, sounds like you used to live to eat. Like that was one of your major joys. And I was like, yeah, like I don't even know what to do. And they said, well, here's what you got to do. You got to flip that. And I was like, well, what do you mean you got to flip that? They said, you got to eat to live. You have to learn how to eat just to survive, just to get the nutrients you need, and kind of put that in the back burner and not let food be your obsession. Not obsess over the food. So I told you guys in the last video also, I battled with addiction for many years, drug addiction. And after I got sober in 2009, I had to stop obsessing about not doing drugs. I had to stop obsessing about doing drugs. I had to stop obsessing about drugs were a part of my life and put my focus on something else. So, because if you're like, I can't eat chocolate, I can't eat chocolate, I can't eat chocolate, you'll eventually eat chocolate because you're focused on the chocolate. Whether the word can't or can is before it, your obsession will be there. So, I had to reprogram my mind to not put food as a priority in my life. Whether it's good food, bad food, whatever. Strictly just put out, hey, this is what I'm going to eat. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that because I don't suffer as much. Because any little slip up, you suffer. You guys know. I just can't resist this. I have to eat it. I see your posts. I see people talking about it all the time. And now I'm paying the price. Oh, my stomach hurts. I have diarrhea. I should have known better. Of course you should have known better. We all should have known better. But the temptation was too much. It was real. So, instead of eating to live or living to eat, I had to learn to eat to live. And I will tell you, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me, to be honest with you. Putting my focus on other things, whatever that's going to be for you guys. But literally obsessing over the things that you can't eat, falling into those temptations. As my friends would say, I would just die if I couldn't eat that. You don't die, you suffer. And suffering, when we suffer pain and inflammation, is bad for the disease. It progresses the disease. It's bad for our minds. It's bad for everything that we do. So it's best to avoid it. So put your focus on other things, whether it's a hobby, whether it's sports, whether it's your relationship, whether it's, I don't care what you put it on. For me, there's all kinds of different things. Like I said before, my faith and different things that I have in my life. Fishing, I do some things. I try not to, and I don't, literally. Like, I've eliminated it 99.9%. There are times, though, man, I'm sitting there watching something, and they're eating something I love, pasta, spaghetti, whatever, and I'm like, yeah, man, I wish I could have that. Wish in one hand, crap in another, see which comes true first. That's a saying. Neither one of them, because we're in this battle to the end, and we have to discipline ourselves at the dinner table. So, eat to live instead of live to eat. That's my advice this morning. Hopefully that helps you guys. Please leave comments or questions. Maybe something that helped you battle this food thing, and we can help out one another. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do another video as long as people are watching, even if it's one person, because I know one person has helped me throughout these 31 years. Just one person, more than one person, but there was always like this one conversation or one person who had it worse than me, who was doing better mentally than me, that pushed me to discipline myself, to encourage myself to keep going. So I'm hoping that does that for you. Peace out, guys. Love you guys. Keep fighting the fight, fellow cronies and colitis sufferers. See you in the next video.